Hey everypony, how you doing? It's Weird Alicorn and today we're going to be reading more of Close Bonds. That's right, this fic was written by Sneaky and is available for reading on Fanfiction.net. As always, I will put a link in the description so you guys can read along with me. So if you guys remember correctly, last time we finished the second arc of this story. We learned a little bit more about Ivan's past and how he had to bury the hatchet, which was just a horrible but amazingly awesome pun. But today we're going to be starting chapter 11, entitled Runaway Apple Bloom. So why don't we get right on with it? Close Bonds, 11th chapter. This is how you like your Sundays to be. Relaxed, lazy, and absolutely nothing to do but sit on the couch reading a book with a pretty mare on your lap. You flip a page, proceeding to the last set of words. Rainbow suggested this book from the Daring Do series. She seems to be a big fan. You snap the book shut and set it on the table. Rainbow immediately wakens from her nap and looks up at you. Finished it, you announce. Her eyes widen in excitement. So, was it as superly awesome as I said it was? Well, it was quite good, I have to admit. She makes a victory hoof. Yes! Not the best I've read, but I'd be willing to try the next in the series. Oh, believe me, you should. She's sitting up on your lap to talk face to face with you. If you thought that was good, you should try the third book, Daring Do and the Crystal Hoof. Her lips move a mile a minute, and her tail practically wags as she speaks to you. You smile. Never change, Dash. Maybe that would be a nice birthday present? Hint, hint. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge. Know what I mean? You swear you see a light bulb go over Rainbow's head. Getting her cult friend into her favorite book series seems to be a monumental event in her life. You also start to wonder if it's possible to kill a pony with excitement. You may be getting close. Oh my gosh! Your birthday's in 2 days, right? I wonder how much money I can scrounge up in 2 days. Oh, wait! Since your birthday in 2 days, doesn't that mean... Shh. You place a finger over Dash's lips. Slow down before you have a heart attack. She smacks your hand away. I'm not going to have a heart attack. You place your palm, or you take your palm and place it on her chest. The thump, the thump, the thump, the thump, the thump. I didn't even feel that before. Rainbow watches your hand on her chest with wide eyes. Isn't this your target heart range? Target heart range? What the hell? You ask, still feeling her. I think so. Wait, how would you know? She raises an eyebrow at you. Remember that one bar fight you got into that didn't turn out so well? When I had to carry you home? She rolls her eyes. There were lots of times when you had to carry me home from the bar. I know who I want to take me home. Oh god, okay, never mind. I'm not gonna even get into that. What was that? 2001? 90s song or something like that? I don't even know. Semisonic, that's all I know. Or it could be like fun, couldn't it? Uh by the time the bar closes and you feel like going home, I'll carry you home tonight. I'm making a total ass of myself on the internet, but that's alright, because I always do that, right? Where was I? Well, this time in particular, your adrenaline was pretty high, so I was literally able to feel your heartbeat through my clothes. At this, she gives you an inquisitive look. Tell me you normally can't feel it through your clothes anyway. You do as she says. I normally can't feel it through my clothes anyways. I'll bet you can. Well, you can't actually bet with me since you have no bits. She chuckles. Actually, I do. I did have some of what I had. Or I did save some of what I had, rather. You frown. I thought you spent it all on cider. No, I spent your money on cider. What a bitch! She pokes you in the chest. You groan. Big difference, Ivy. Alright, so what are we betting on this thing? 20 bits, she says, then wraps you in a hug. You wait a second, then two. The thump, the thump. She breaks the hug. I win! You owe me 20! A devilish smirk comes across your face. Good. That's 20 bits off the 500 that you owe me. Her jaw, along with her expression, drops. What? Kidding. I'll get it to you next time I have my wallet. Hey, what's wrong? The way she hangs her head, she looks a bit sullen. You just reminded me that I spent 500 of your bits. You place a hand on her back and begin rubbing up and down. So? So I spent your money, and I'm never gonna feel better about it till I pay it back. Oh, come on. Twilight already did that for you, so it's fine. You pull her into a hug. If it makes you feel any better, and I've said this before, but she sent more than you spent, so I actually gained about 1,500 from this whole thing. Great. She doesn't sound any better. Now I feel like I'm mooching off of Twilight. You're just grumpy today, aren't you? She woke up on the wrong side of the bed, man. What are you gonna do? You ease her off of you, holding her by the shoulders. She does not look amused. I think you need a belly rub. She looks away. No, Ivan. I think someone's hiding a smile. What the fuck? A slight change in what you can see of her face confirms this. Come on. Just a little? I really like your belly. She giggles and turns back to you, but not looking you straight in the face. Alright. Sundari Dash returns! Yes! Good. Now lie down on your back for me. I wish you could say that to every woman you came up to. Hey, hello, how you doing? My name is Weird Alicorn. Now lie down on your back for me. I'm putting you in face down position. Actually, I think it would be face up position, wouldn't it be? Yeah. Whatever. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Back to the story. Good. Now lie down on your back for me. You let her shift atop your lap until she's in a position to lie down. Let's lean back. She does so. You smile at her and she does the same for you. Okay, now let's get this hair out of your eyes. You brush away a stray bit of mane that's fallen over her face, and do the same for some more that's found its way onto her neck. Your fingers gently brush the sides of her neck, and just to be thorough, you do the same for around her collarbone. You can't prove it, but you know for a fact that she's enjoying this. Alright, now I'm going to take your hoof in one hand. You grab the forehoof closet to you. You grab the forehoof closet to you. Wow, okay. You grab the forehoof closest to you. I believe that's a typo. I'm going to rub your belly, your beautiful belly with the other. How does that sound? It's a question that needn't be answered. You take your right hand and gently begin to rub circles around her navel. Ah, she sighs. Little jolts of electricity running up and down her spine. Sneaky really seems to like that phrase, little jolts of electricity. He used it a bunch in the NSFW reading that I did. Whatever. She sighs, little jolts of electricity running up and down her spine. I can never get over this feeling. And what feeling are you talking about? She bites her lip. It feels good. Elaborate description, you joke, while she sticks her tongue out at you. Suddenly, you both hear a rather loud knock, knock, knock at the door. You move to stand but feel a hoof on your chest, pushing you back. Stay here. The hoof's owner pleads with you. You're a bit uncertain about this. The way they're knocking, it sounds kind of urgent. She flips over onto her stomach. Come on, you haven't done my back yet. You groan in mock annoyance, but crack your fingers and wiggle them in preparation for the back rub. Her mane, which has fallen across her neck, is brushed aside as you begin to do your work. Just as you're about to touch her shoulders, the infernal knocking returns, this time much louder. Damn it, who the hell? You mutter, sliding out from underneath Rainbow and jumping to your feet. You open the door, which really isn't too far from the couch. It's Apple Bloom. A stick with a red, white dotted bag is slung over her shoulder. Oh, she's running away. Of course, that's the title of this chapter. Oh, how cute. That's awesome. Hey, Apple Bloom, what are you doing here? She smokes and tosses her head confidently. I'm running away. Can I stay here? Your voice catches in your throat, as you have no idea how to respond. You look back to Rainbow to see if she heard. By the looks of it, she did. And that is a break in the text right there, so we're just going to continue on. Okay, so tell me, Apple Bloom, why are you running away? Apple Bloom sits on one end of the couch, Rainbow sits on the other, and you lean on an armrest next to the runaway apple farmer. Well, she begins, me and my sister, we've been arguing a lot lately. She yells at me over the stupidest things. Like this morning when I was helping Granny Smith bake pies. I accidentally used salt instead of sugar in the apple one. Oh? You questioned, trying to hold back your smirk. Yeah, so when we were done, we put all the other pies on the shelf, and as is tradition, started on the apple one first. As is tradition, of course. So what happened after that? Applebloom smiled. Well, Granny Smith thought it was actually pretty funny. Big Mac did too, after he washed his mouth out in the sink. Applejack, though, well, she started yelling at me. You frowned. What did she say? Said, this family's already low enough on bits as it is. She imitates Applejack in a witchy sounding voice. And I can't have you wasting food and yada yada yada. Rainbow pipes up. So you ran away because of that? Applebloom's face reddened slightly. No, you didn't let me finish. I was gonna say that she kept following me when I was trying to get away from her, and yelling at me when I went into my room and shut the door, and she just birched in and said, "Go up on my face" and stuff. All up in your grill, bitch! You and Rainbow glance at each other. Okay, Rainbow concedes. But still, couldn't you just have talked to Apple... Oh, wait, scratch that. Yeah, says Applebloom, she doesn't listen very well. You think about this. Well, I know she's a bit hard-headed, but it doesn't seem like her to be so... unreasonable. Psh! Rainbow scoffs. You ignore her. Something I do know about her, though, is that she tends to take out her frustrations on others. Others used to be me, but since I'm gone... You think something's bothering her? Applebloom puts her chin on her hoof. Not that I know of. And like I said, she don't like to talk about her problems. You all sit in silence for a moment. Then the most innocent yet direct question imaginable. Can I stay with you guys for a while? Again, you and Rainbow glance at each other. You start, but Applebloom cuts you off. Don't worry, I'll make sure Applejack doesn't find out you're harboring me. I... You stutter for a second. Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. I don't know, what do you think, Rainbow? She shrugs. How long you staying here, Shrimp? She seems slightly perturbed by the name. 2 nights at most. Nights? The Pegasus questions. I'll probably be out and about during the day. I just need somewhere to lodge, you know? Even brought my own bits for food. You point at the sack with a cliché design. Is that what's in there? She opens it up, revealing a few books in a smaller brown sack. That and my school books. Rainbow puts an arm around Applebloom. An arm? What? She puts a leg around Applebloom. Well, meals come with the house here, Squirt. I don't mind you stay, so long as it's okay with Ivan. I really don't care. Where are you going to sleep, though? Rainbow leans back, appearing completely sure of herself. She can sleep in my bed. The only time I ever sleep in there is when you're gone. Oh, snap. Mentally, you facepalm. She blushes a bit and turns her head away the other direction, realizing what she just said. Applebloom sits there silently, the gears in her head turning as he processes the implications of Rainbow's words. Wait a minute. Why only if Ivan's not? Her mouth hangs open as she comes to the conclusion. You scuff your feet on the rug, looking around the room awkwardly. Rainbow Dash fiddles with her hooves, obviously quite flustered at letting the cat out of the bag in such a way. Applebloom stutters for a moment, before smiling. Wow! I really had no idea. This is so sweet. Both of you and Rainbow whip your heads around to meet her. Sweet? Rainbow manages to say before you do. Well, yeah, I always thought you two would make such a cute couple, and every pony else agrees. She practically squeals in delight. I can't wait to tell the girls. You see, that's the thing, Applebloom. You place a hand on her shoulder before she goes any further. We're, kind of keeping this a secret for now. Just 2 more days, Rainbow adds. Applebloom looks at your hand, then up at you with a confused look on her face. But why would you keep it a secret? Those cute, innocent eyes make it difficult for you to come up with an answer that doesn't involve incriminating Rainbow. Incriminating Rainbow. Statutory rapist! Right here! Get her! It's just a private thing, I promised. I'll tell you everything when it's all over. Once it's all over? Apple Bloom mulls over out loud. How long you been keeping this under wraps? Another glance between you and the blue Pegasus. 2. The apple farmer frowns. 2 what? 2 days? Upon seeing the shaking of your head, she takes another guess. 2 weeks? You shake your head again, her eyes widen. 2 months? You give her a silent reply. This is enough for her. 2 months? You mean to say that the two of you have been keeping this a secret for 2 months? Why, 2 months ago could have been during the... Another jaw drop. The beach trip, of course, it all makes sense now. You rub the back of your neck. Yeah, I suppose it does, with us bunking in the same room and whatnot. You notice Rainbow rubbing her foreleg nervously. You continue. So, since we're letting you stay at our place, you think you can make sure our little secret stays a secret for now? I totally just made up my own words for that sentence. It wouldn't be a Weird Alicorn reading without me fucking it up. She finishes basking in her revelations to consider your request. Well, I suppose I should, seeing as how you're doing me a favor and all. She glares up at you, giving you a stern look that reminds you of her sister. But you better explain yourself good once all this is over. I plan to. You nod. Rainbow exhales deeply, making you unsure of whether she's relieved or even more worried. For a bit, you all sit in place, reviewing and taking in all of what just happened. Finally, something comes to mind. So what are you going to do now? Apple Bloom perks up in response to your question. What do you mean? Well, it's about noon on a Sunday. You have at least 7 hours till nightfall, and right now you're incognito. So, what are you going to do? Same as any other Sunday, I suppose. She ponders this for a moment before elaborating on her answer. All Applejack saw was me storming off, and I don't think she even knows where I'm running away right now. So if we did see each other, it's unlikely she tried to catch me or anything. True. One more question comes to mind. So, this whole running away business, why are you doing it in the first place? Teaching my sister a lesson. She doesn't appreciate me like she should. She sees your arched eyebrow and realizes how it sounds, quickly tries to rephrase her words. I didn't mean it in that way. I just mean that I feel as if she doesn't love me as much anymore. And I know how corny that sounds, but... I know, I get it. You smile. I always wanted to do the same thing when I was your age, even younger. I suppose it's never too late. You shoot Rainbow a quick smirk. Her lips curve up slightly, but not by much. Alright, thanks for understanding. Apple Bloom shakes her formally supplanted hand, then hops off the couch towards the front door. I'm gonna go tell the other Crusaders about my plan. I'll be back before it gets dark. With that, she slams the door behind her. Slams the door? Why do all these ponies slam the door? Little brat? Jeez. As soon as Apple Bloom's out of the door, Rainbow lets out a loud groan and sprawls across the couch. Damn, that was intense, she mutters, burying her head in her hooves. No doubt about that. You plop down beside her. You know, I think it would do us both some good if I gave you a massage right now. A massage and maybe something else. Oh, whatever. So that was a break in the text right there. Let's just continue on. As you walk through the gate to Sweet Apple Acres, the familiar sights, sounds, and smells put you through a fair amount of nostalgia. You look off to the side at a marked-up oak tree. You chuckle as a certain memory comes back to you. You sigh, sitting down underneath the oak tree. You pull out an apple that you've been saving in your pocket and take a good-sized bite. This past week has possibly been the hardest you've ever worked in your entire life. But you had to get a job eventually, and this was the only one available. You can't mooch off of Twilight forever, at least not without a guilty conscience. You inhale, then exhale slowly. The smell of grass and dirt hits your nose, reminding you of a yard back home. When are you going to go back? Twilight said she's close to a solution, but that was weeks ago. The poor unicorn's been working her butt off for you. You kind of feel bad, almost to the point of asking her to discontinue her work. But it's either that or be stuck here forever. You take another whiff of the air. Maybe that wouldn't be so bad. It's nice here, really, but home is home, and you're getting homesick. A crunch sounds as you dig your teeth into the apple's crunchy flesh. Juice runs over your chin, but you're too tired to wipe it off. Another crunch. This one's noticeably different. You weren't even chewing when you heard it. As you set to wondering about the new sound, a blur of yellow flies out of the tree and hits the ground in front of you. You yelp and jump to your feet. Ow! A little red-maned filly rubs her head. As your heart rate drops back to normal, you begin to assess the situation. This girl, Apple Bloom, if you remember correctly. Applejack's sister, right? Or cousin. The orange-coated farmer introduced the two of you, but you haven't really spoken after that. You decide to make first contact. Hey, Apple Bloom? The little pony immediately stands and begins backing away. Sorry for spying on you, mister. She's really kind of cute. Not that you admit that to anyone. It's fine. You stick out a hand. Name's Ivan. She shrinks away from your greeting at first. You smile, making sure to keep your lips shut so as not to expose your canine teeth. After a few moments, the little girl steps forward to tepidly shake your hand. My name's Apple Bloom, she musters up the courage to say. She draws her hoof back, seemingly amazed that it's still attached to her body. You decide not to mention the fact that you had just called her by her name before your hand to hoof shake. That's a very pretty name. The edges of her lips curve up slightly as she blushes. If you don't mind me saying, she seems hesitant to continue, you have kinda a weird name. No offense, she quickly adds again. You raise an eyebrow, trying to hold back a smirk. I suppose it all depends on perspective. I mean, your name's strange to me. She frowns. I thought you said my name was pretty. Well, strange isn't always bad now, is it? You pause a moment to let this sink in for her. Just because something is different doesn't mean you can't like it. Strange can be a good thing. She puts a hoof up to her chin in thought. All right, I think I get what you're saying. Suddenly, something seems to dawn on her. You know, I don't think we got off on the right hoof. What do you think? I want to start over. She holds out her hoof to you. Hi, my name's Apple Bloom, and I think you're really strange. Apple Bloom. You wouldn't say she was your first friend, as friend can be defined in many different ways, and at that time could include Twilight and most of the elements, but you do believe that she was the first pony to truly bond with you in this world. You understood each other, for some reason. Well, if it ain't my favorite two-legged alien. Oh, Ann Apple Bloom's grandma, a.k.a. Granny Smith, the first person, pony or otherwise, to make you piss yourself from laughing. Oh, hey, Granny Smith, how goes the farm? She waves her hoof at you from her spot in the porch rocking chair. Oh, hell, you know how it is. What the fuck? Come and sit over here, you handsome bastard. She's also quite vulgar and a bit weird, especially when not in the proximity of the acute eyes and ears of a younger pony. You chuckle, sitting on the steps that lead up to the porch. Handsome. You got something on your mind, Granny? Well, I heard you got especially good with the mare since I last saw you. She winks. You have a mare friend? Two, maybe? It doesn't surprise you that she's asking this, seeing as how none of her grandchildren have much of a romantic life. She compensates by digging into yours. A lot less since I've been here last, actually. Of course, I think you would know. Oh, come on, she jabs you with her cane. I heard you hooked up with that rainbow gal. The Wonderbolt one? You shake your head. Nah, not a Wonderbolt yet. She just lives with me. She squints her eyes, rubbing her chin. I don't know about that. You ain't telling me that you, being a stallion, didn't take advantage of the situation? Especially with such a cute little button like herself. Oh, the irony. I'd love to tell you all about it, but I'm looking for Applejack right now. It's pretty important. She sighs. I know you're avoiding the question, but I'll bite. She's out somewhere, probably at the stand. Stormed off after she got into a fight with her sister. The old green mare leans back, then adds, I tell ya, she's been in a bad mood.
I would say she's having her lady time, but that was a few weeks ago.
Thanks, Granny. Needed to know that. You step off the porch and begin your journey back down the row of apple trees.
If you find Applejack, tell her Winona's Shat in the house again.
What the fuck? She calls after you. You shake your head, wondering how any of her offspring turned out as respectable as they are. What the fuck? That's the end? Granny Smith, you are my new hero. I love you. I love this story. Granny Smith. Holy fuck. Okay, guys, that's the end. I've been Weird Alicorn. The author's note says, my break is officially over. So how do you guys like the new cover art? I didn't look at it. My proofreader, H.W. Rogers. Okay. Once again, that was fucking awesome. I've been Weird Alicorn. Thanks for, sticking around while I read this. Fucking Granny Smith. Well, I'll just end this video in the Granny Smith voice.
Y'all come back now, you handsome bastards. I've been Weird Alicorn. Later.